Hey YouTube, this is Omega coming at you with my Drytron deck list of what I'll be playing through Season 4 of Master Duels, and I want to showcase this deck since we haven't had a ban list or announcement about one or any changes to the game besides the new Synchro Festival coming. I just really want to showcase my deck out there and see what you guys think about it. Now, of course, we're going to go through it real quickly. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I don't want to take too much of your time today. Now let's get into it. Now first things first is Eve. Now Eve's only effect in this deck is that when it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish 2 fairy monsters from your graveyard or field. And when you do that, you get to add 2 level 2 fairies with different names from your deck. You'll only use Eve to search out your Orange Lights and your Diviners. That's the only purpose of Eve. This is a good card in the deck. You'll only use this to search out those 2 cards. Now next is the Drytron engine as well. Drytrons all have the similar summoning conditions that they cannot be normal summon or set, which is important because it plays into Cyber Emergency, where Cyber Emergency said you can add 1 light machine that cannot be normal summoned or set, and that is all of these Drytrons here. So with that being said, let's go into Drytrons, and Drytrons have simple effects to special summon them to the board. In order to special summon a Drytron monster, you must tribute 1 ritual monster or 1 other Drytron monster from the field or your hand to the graveyard, and when you do that you can special summon them from the graveyard or your hand to the field, and they all have their own unique effects. Alpha will allow you to search your deck for a ritual monster. Gamma will let you special summon a Drytron monster from your graveyard. Zeta will let you search out a ritual spell. Doesn't have to be this one, but it is a ritual spell, and Zeta will let you search it. And then Delta will let you draw a card when you reveal a ritual monster or a ritual spell from your hand. And with that being said, we also have Orange Light. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can discard this card with a fairy type monster to negate that activation. It's another form of negate. I play Maxia 3 and 3 Diviners. Now Diviner here is a good key card. Simple purpose of this card is to send the Arc Light to the graveyard, which we'll get into here shortly. And when you send a card, it gains level equal to the monster sent, which plays into Ben 10 into your Beatrice plays. Now, we'll get into that soon enough. Next is going to be our Ash Blossom, which is a simple classic card. Everybody knows what it does. Our Ben 10 is our main engine of the deck. You will cycle through your Ben 10s like you drink water every day. Ben 10 is a very powerful card. It's not a once per turn effect, and when it does, when it's tributed either by ritual spell or you tribute it with your Drytron cards, you get to add 1 fairy monster from your deck to your hand. Now this card here is a unique combo starter because you can use this card to get your ultimateness, you can use this card to get your Diviners, you can even use it to get Orange Lights on some occasions. The next card we play is Ultimates himself. Ultimates is a very powerful boss monster in this deck. Anything they do, you can negate it. If they activate a spell card, negate. Trap cards, negate. Monster effects, negate. If they so look at you wrong, you can negate that. Ultimately, this is a very powerful card, and all you have to do is discard or send a fairy monster, and you can negate it. You can even negate special summons as well. Very powerful boss monster in that case. So Meteos is a very powerful ritual monster because 1, during your opponent's turn, you can banish monsters from your graveyard whose combined attack is equal to or exactly 2,000 or 4,000. Then you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls. For each 2,000 attack of the total, you can send that card to the graveyard. When you ritual summon this card using only 2 or less, it can attack all special summon monsters your opponent's control. Also, it cannot be targeted by your opponent's monster effects. So this also is a very big beat stick and is a very powerful card. And with that, that's going to close out our monsters. We're going to go into the spell cards and what I play in my variant, which is 1 Feather Duster, just for those back row cards of triple Cyber Emergency. Emergency just to help us search out our Drytron cards and add them to hand. Lightning Storm, then you have the Drytron Nova, which lets you special summon a Drytron monster from your deck. Drytron Fafnir, which you'll use this to get your Drytron Nova, and then you can go into combo plays with that. Also, your ritual spell cards cannot be negated. So if they try to Solemn Strike it, if they try to do any means to negate your effects or your means to ritual summon a monster, this field spell will prevent that, and then you can continue on your plays. The next card we do play in this deck is going to be Meteos Drytron, which what this card does is it's a ritual spell card. and you can use this card to ritual summon a monster from your hand or your graveyard, which makes this card a literally monster reborn. And not only that, you can also decrease one of your Drytron monsters by 1000 exactly to add this card back to your hand. And then lastly, we end with 2 Called by the Graves. We use this to stop Ash Blossom or your Maxi in case you don't have Orange Lights to stop those cards as well. And that is the main deck. Now onto the extra deck. And I've been having good successes with this so far. Arclight, which I said that you will only send with the Herald, is made in place to get you your ultimateness at the end of your combo or another Ben 10 instead you want to cycle back to get another fairy monster. Now I also play the one Nightingale in the deck only so I can close out games much more effectively. I just need an extra push. It can attack directly. Also, you can detach one from this card. Until the end of the turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you take no battle damage involving this card. It's basically a wall in the deck. I also play 2 Fafnirs. In case one gets negated, you have another one accessible to you. If one gets removed from the board, you have another one accessible for you, so you can go into more plays, dump more Drytrons to your graveyard, so you can have more resources to go into more plays with this deck. Drown Magician is only in here for our Zeus plays. After we attack with our new Beta Fafnir, we can then go into downed into our Zeus. Beatrice is in this deck as well, and the only purpose for Beatrice is to send Eve to the graveyard. And then lastly, our Link monsters, which is Cerberus. Sometimes people special summon monsters that are very problematic. Phoenix, same as Cerberus. Phoenix does spell and trap cards. Same thing, discard 1, target 1. Destroy it. IP Masquerena. IP Masquerena is in this deck as well, just so that I can grab Link plays on my opponent's turn. And IP Masquerena will also help you go into your Unicorn or even to your Apollo USA. Then lastly, we have the Mirage Light. This is just another negation that you have for spell and trap cards. We're going to the Unicorn, which everyone knows the Unicorn does. Discard 1. You can target 1 card on the field and shuffle it back to the deck. Very good card. You can IP Masquerena into it. Apollo USA, that's just another form of negation. And then lastly, we have Access Go Talker to close out games. Without any further ado, we're going to some replays of this deck in action so you can see how this deck works. And I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen and seen what you like, feel free to hit the subscription button down below as well as the notification bell to know when I upload a new video to the channel. It helps the channel out a lot and graciously thank you for doing so. We also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/OmegaZX9. That's where we get most of our replays from our games. We talk about deck profiles, deck builds, as well as we'll review viewer replays as well. So if you have anything there, or you just want to come by and chill, feel free to click the link below to the channel, hit up with a follow, and then we'll catch you there the next time on stream. Until next time, high five the sky.